But in Grihastha Ashram, one should seek to have more and more attachment to Krishna. We should help each other become more and more Krishna-centric. That's very important. Otherwise, when we become more and more attached to household life, bad. Like there are Grihasthas and there are Grihamedis. So one should seek to be a Grihastha, not a Grihamedi. Similarly, for those who are monks, Srila Bhakti Siddhant Maharaj used to say that there are brahmacharis and there are matha medhis, those who are attached to matha. That means those who just want to stay in the matha and just eat and sleep and then again get up and then eat and sleep and that's it. So there are people like that as well. So one should not be attached to one's matha. That means in one place I'll sit here and then just have good time. No. Ideally, a monk should be traveling, preaching, serving always. In fact, best is that the monk before going to bed, before even the head touches the pillow, he should sleep. He should be so tired in Krishna's service. That's very ideal life. But yes, when there is excessive attachment to family, that's very very important. That we should save ourselves from this attachment. Although in family life there would be some attachment, it is not possible that one becomes absolutely detached. No, there would be some attachment, but we are to customize it in a way that our bhakti is not impeded, our bhakti is not disturbed. That's very, very important. So one should not have excessive attachment. Yeah. And that we learn from Kapota, which means a pigeon. And the ninth one is a python, Ajgar. Yes. So python. So what is Ajagar Vritti? Ajagar Vritti is that python doesn't do anything on itself. The rat would make the hole and then pigeon would go and then eat the rat and also reside inside the hole. That's Ajagar Vritti. So similar devotees, they don't work outside very hard. Whatever scientists and these great people who are experimenting and discovering and making new and new inventions, we use it in Krishna service. Just like devotees are making use of the Zoom. Has any devotee did the coding for Zoom? No. But the one who did coding for Zoom, and now we are using it for having classes in Vedavarsity. Wow. We are using technology, we are using YouTube for preaching. We are using mics for preaching. We are using so many things in Krishna's service. Like one Srila Prabhupada, he was in airport, and then devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, one day we will also have this airport, just like we have this JF Kennedy airport, we will also have our airport. Prabhupada said, no, this is our airport, because everything belongs to Krishna, and we are servants of Krishna. Whatever belongs to the master also belongs to servant. So that's why this airport belongs to us. There's one airport, airport known as Oh Hare Airport. Srila Prabhupada said, yeah, one day this airport will be Oh Hare Krishna Airport. So Srila Prabhupada used everything, just like dictaphone. He used for transcribing the books, and then we got these volumes and volumes of books. So, so this is the quality of Ajgar. Also, Ajgar, he sits in contemplation. Whenever the right time comes, and then it eats. So similarly, devotees should also be spending most of the time contemplating on the Supreme Lord. And whenever there is any seva, the devotee should be ready to do seva. Srila Prabhupada used to say, work now, samadhi later. So we should work now. In Krishna service, we should work now. Yes, preaching services, we should do that. So this is what we learn from Ajgar, Python. And then we also learn from Sindhu. Sindhu is calmness. Like in Bhagavad Gita, there comes the example of so many rivers, they enter the ocean, yet the ocean remains undisturbed. Similarly, so many sense objects may enter into a devotee. If a devotee may be entering, may be eating something delicious, yet at the same time, a devotee should not be driven by it. So ocean remains calm. So how come ocean remains calm? Ocean is able to maintain the calmness. Why? Because of the vastness and the depth. If any water body is not very deep and vast, it can be disturbed by any kind of new entry into it. But because of the vastness of the ocean, so many rivers, they come and meet the ocean, but the ocean is undisturbed. So more we are having the vastness of our character, the vastness of our devotion, the depth of our devotion. So sometimes in such a case, a devotee, he appears to be engaged in some kind of sense gratification, but he's not really into sense gratification. That sense gratification does not really disturb the devotee. Like one Srila Prabhupada, he was given 7-Up, and Srila Prabhupada said, and he drank 7-Up. He said, that's refreshing. But Srila Prabhupada was not really contaminated by it. No. Once he was in a flight and he was watching Charlie Chaplin movie, and that secretary was really astonished that how come Srila Prabhupada is watching Charlie Chaplin movie on flight. And then Srila Prabhupada watched it for 15 minutes. He laughed, and then he sat back and then he relaxed. And he closed his eyes. And then he told his secretary, just think, if this humor of this world, which is not so great, still we feel so happy by watching this humor. And this humor is a perverted reflection of the humor in the spiritual world. So how much humor would be there in Krishna Leela? And then Srila Prabhupada narrated one pastime that there was one hunchbacked woman. He came to meet Krishna in Braja. And he said, Krishna, you told that anyone who surrenders to you, you accept that person. So I am also now surrendered to you. Please accept me. I belong to you. And then Gopi said, yeah. You are also you are also curvy in your shape. Krishna is also very curvy. Both of you will make such a good jodi. Both of you will make such a nice pair. And all the gopis they laughed, and Srila Prabhupada also laughed. And then devotee was really stunned that how can Srila Prabhupada, who just watched Charlie Chaplin movie, that Charlie Chaplin movie is acting as an impetus for him, Uddipan, of transcendental humor in the spiritual world. Wow, that's amazing. So Srila Prabhupada was always doing this meditation. He was there. Yeah, once somebody saw him doing management, he said, Swamiji, you say Satadam Kirtyanto Mam, but I see that you are not doing Satadam Kirtyanto Mam. Suddenly you're discussing management, transfer money from BBT to this account to BBT and all that. You're doing management. You're not doing always Satadam Kirtyanto Mam. And then Srila Prabhupada said, come and put your ears on my back. And then that person came and then he put his ear at Srila Prabhupada's back, and there he heard Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Srila Prabhupada is always contemplating. So we also learn from Ajgar or Python the quality of contemplation. Yeah. And the next one is Madhukrita. Madhukrita is honey bee. So collecting essentials without greed. That's also one more lesson, very important lesson which we learn. Often there are those who are beggars. They go from one house to another house to do some madhukari. So madhukari. So bumblebee also goes from one flower to another flower, collects honey. Similarly, sometimes devotees also they go from one person to another person to another person, from one household one to another household to get some prasadam, but with the purpose of giving Krishna consciousness to them. Not that those who do madhukari, they go with their tiffin, and then from one house to another house, from one house I get chapatis, from one house I get bharta, from another house I get dahi balla, from another house I get papad, another house I get achar. In this way, I'll have 36 items in madhukari. No. In madhukari, one has to go only and collect that much which is required for that time of meal. That's it. Not that I would collect and have multi-story apartment of prasadam. No, it's not like that. But often earlier devotees would go from one house to another house to collect honey, in the sense madhukari. Yes, not that we go to householders and then we disturb their budget. So devotees came and then they had sumptuous feast, chappan bhog, and everyone took 2100 rupees. In this way, 21,000 rupees were given just in Sukha Prasad, and then entire budget for coming months was disturbed. No. So madhukari, we should learn from the beggar, that although we may go from different places, but yes, the primary purpose is to give. We should learn to give. In fact, householders, they are meant to give. Like once there was one devotee couple, they came to Srila Prabhupada, they said, Srila Prabhupada, we are now we are married. What's instruction for us in Grihastha ashram? Srila Prabhupada said, they thought that Srila Prabhupada would give some very intricate kind of instructions. And then Srila Prabhupada said, okay, anytime when you cook, then go to the balcony and shout 3 times. Is anybody hungry? 1. Is anybody hungry? 2. Is anybody hungry? 3. And say it loudly, not that say it quietly. Anybody hungry? Anybody hungry? Anybody hungry? Okay, nobody's hungry. Okay, I really. No. You have to shout out, say, anybody is hungry? 3 times. In case somebody comes, then first feed them and then you feed yourself. So similarly, first we should feed ourselves? No. First we should feed others. Yeah, that's very, very important. So madhukari, that's the quality which we learn from honeybee. And also there is so Gajendra. So Gajendra, in danger of attraction to the sense pleasure. So how somebody who is very learned, Indradyumna, in previous life, but somebody who is addicted to pleasure, like in the we see Gajendra, he was having his summer holidays with his wife and children, and that too in heaven. Wow. But we learn from elephant that when somebody is addicted to pleasure, any time danger can come. Good time can turn into bad time anytime. This can happen. Also, we see that Ajgar, crocodile. Crocodile is weaker than elephant. But in case the elephant is fighting the battle inside water, water is the territory of the crocodile. So in this battle, who would win? Although externally, if we see that elephant is more powerful, then but who would be victorious? Crocodile would be victorious. So similarly, since we are living in this world of Maya, and since it's a territory of Maya, although we are superior energy, the living entities, we are Tatastha Shakti. Jeev Shakti is superior to Maya Shakti. But yet, because this is entire territory of Maya, in the battle between Maya and Jiva, who is going to win? Maya is going to win. Another reason is that Maya is surrendered to Krishna. How much we are surrendered to Krishna? No, we are not surrendered to Krishna. We may be surrendered to 50%, 40%, 70%, 80%, 99%. But Maya is 100% surrendered. So who would win? The one who is 99% surrendered or the one who is 100% surrendered? The one who is 100% surrendered. So Maya is 100% surrendered, and that's why Maya would be victorious. Once Srila Prabhupada, he told one devotee, he said, I see that you do not come to Mangal Aarti. Why you don't come to Mangal Aarti? He said, Srila Prabhupada, actually, I'm in Maya. That's why I'm not able to come for Mangal Aarti. Srila Prabhupada said, bring Maya with you, but you must come for Mangal Aarti. Very important. One devotee said, Srila Prabhupada, sometimes I fall in Maya. Srila Prabhupada said, no. Sometimes you fall in Krishna. You are always in Maya. Not that you are in Krishna and sometimes you fall in Maya. No, no, no. It's not like that. So this world, when there is a battle between the Jiva and Maya, Maya is victorious. Firstly, Maya is energy of Krishna. Secondly, she is fully surrendered to Krishna. Thirdly, it's a territory of Maya. So we see from Gajendra. Gajendra, although he's more powerful, was defeated by the elephant. And that's why ultimately he had to surrender to Krishna. That, oh Supreme Lord, oh Hari, please protect me. And then he offered prayers and then Lord protected him. Similarly, we cannot be protected from Maya. Maya is very powerful. Very, very powerful. How can we be protected? We can be protected from Maya when we call out Krishna's name. Then we can be protected. Just like sometimes when somebody goes to somebody's house and then the Doberman dog, he pounces upon us. So we may say, doggy, Tommy, you get down. No, Tommy will not get down. We have to call out the master of Tommy. And then the master will say, Tommy, get down, get down. And then Tommy will get down. Similarly, we may say, oh, Maya, Maya, Pishachini, you Dakini, you this and that. No, nothing will help. We have to call out the master of Maya. That is Krishna. Then we can be saved from Maya. Otherwise, who can be saved by Maya? Big, big sadhus who are having beard, very renounced and very renowned as well. But Maya does not leave so easily. But yes, Maya becomes very happy when we leave uh, the uh, the prison house of Maya. Then we also learn from Mriga, deer. So deer is captivated by the music of the hunter. The eye, the ears are adjusted in a way that I grab the sound. So in this way, the deer gets hunted. Similarly, sometimes mundane sounds can captivate us. Mundane sound. Bollywood songs, Hollywood songs, some of my favorites, 1980s songs, Kishore Das songs. Sometimes in between I listen so that I can refresh myself. Well, sound can be really captivating. So Anavriti Shabdat, what is that which liberates a person is Shabdat. But what is that which brings captivity of the soul is also Shabdat. So which kind of Shabdat are we associating with is that's very, very important. Somebody say, well, we will go there, we'll have our vacation, we'll enjoy, yay. That's also Shabdat, but that would bring captivity. And Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Anavriti Shabdat. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Anavriti Shabdat. Hari Kathamritam is Anavriti Shabdat. So from Shabda, there comes liberation. So which kind of Shabda are we associating? That's very, very important. So Mriga gets captured by Shabda, by the kind of sound. And then comes Matsya. So from Matsya, fish. Fish, although is very intelligent, very nice. It even he sleeps wide awake. So one lesson which we learn from fish is that fish is always eyes open. Similarly, when we listen to Hari Katha, eyes should always be open. Sometimes when the class is very warm and sometimes very boring, and then we tend to sleep in the class. But we should have our eyes all open, completely open. So this is one lesson which we learn from fish. Also, the fish got stuck because of the tongue. Sometimes when the free pizzas are there with the hook, and the fish says, wow, let me be selfish. Let me eat this pizza. And then hook is there to hook the fish out. Similarly, the pleasure of the tongue. Pleasure of the tongue can actually help us go down, can make us go down. Why? Because of the taste. This tongue is very, very dangerous because we speak, also we eat. So two functions are done by the tongue. So that's why those who can't control the tongue, they can't really get Krishna. Jihiver lalsaye iti utidhai Shishnudar parayan Krishna nahi pai. So Shishnudar parayan Krishna nahi pai. Who? Jihiver lalsaye iti utidhai. Oh, let me order something from Zomato. Okay, let's order some jam or pizza from Zomato. Yes. Oh, yes. From Swiggy, we can order some maybe Jan noodles. Yes. And then we say Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, and then eat it. So beginners may do that, but anyone who is serious in bhakti must control the tongue. Even when we are feasting, feasting should also be done in a regulated way. Not that when there is feasting and then we eat more. No, we should learn how to be regulated in eating. Very, very important. Not that we should starve ourselves. No, that should also not be there. And at the same time, there should not be overeating as well. When we are not able to control the tongue, then belly and genitals, which are also coming in same line, they also go out of control. So from where are we eating? Very important. So like sometimes when we devotees, they go to the marriage parties and then over there they see, okay, which is not having onion, garlic, and then we eat. But who is cooking it? Very important. Very, very important. Like or say we purchase namkeen from Haldiram, or say some similar such ways to gratify the senses in a sattvic way. We should try to avoid as much as possible, because jaisa an vaisa man or vaisa jeene ka dhang. So our an, from where is it coming? So tongue should be regulated. Yes, very, very important. And then after Matsya, there comes Pingla. Pingla was actually, she was a prostitute. And once she was waiting for the customers to come, but the customer was not coming. She was showing all different kind of seductive gestures and postures, but yet nobody was getting attracted. And she became so frustrated that I'm looking for customers. What is this? And in this world, people actually enjoy our body. We think that people love us, but actually they just love our body. That's because I'm good looking, I'm beautiful. I got my skin. So somebody just squeezes my skin, and I think that this person loves me. But actually, it is not like that. Am I really loved by anyone? No. In this world, nobody loves anyone. Everyone loves themselves. If in your association, if in your physical association, I get enjoyment, I say I love you. And in case of other person also getting enjoyment from me, I love you too. But actually, it is not that I love you. It is I love me. That's it. And till the time you are gratifying my senses, this love will go on. And in case it is not happening, then goodbye. So one more lesson. So the lesson which you learn from Pingla is that renunciation. Finding happiness in detachment. Yes. The pleasure of detachment is more than the pleasure of enjoyment. Yes. And that's why we see that when somebody is able to just clear their stomach, they feel so relieved, because त्याग का आनंद खाने के आनंद से ज्यादा होता है. That's a fact. In case somebody is having constipation, oh, the life is so miserable. I know people that they become happy that the day they clear their bowels. Wow, it is such an amazing day. Why? Because I could clear my bowels. त्याग की खुशी. So pleasure of detachment is even more than pleasure of enjoyment. Yeah. And then Kurura bird. So peace through renunciation of possessions. And the Baal, a child, freedom from honor and dishonor. The child is not really bothered about honor or dishonor, but it is very difficult to remain equipoised in both the conditions of honor and dishonor. Honor, people love it, but the one who takes pleasure in honor would be very much disturbed in dishonor. And the one who remains shanta is cool-headed in honor. In dishonor, he would remain equipoised. So one who is very extreme in good times would also go through another extreme in bad times. So that's why, so duality has to be maintained. So what we learn from child, the child is absolutely indifferent whether it is honor or dishonor. Children, they are absolutely bindas. So that means one may have the innocence, but one should not have ignorance. So innocence of a child is very much appreciated, but one should not be having ignorance just like that of a child. Very important. Okay, then Kanya, maiden. So Kanya is from Kanya we learn that modest behavior, because she is very beautiful, and solitude. Kanya is able to do things in her zone of seva without getting any kind of hankering that I may have some kind of association or help. No, Kanya. Yeah. Sarkrit, or arrow maker. Arrow maker does not see here and there, just focus on making the arrow. So even the entire karma of king passes by. And the king said, I was passing by, you did not give respect to me. Arrow maker says, well, I was so focused. So in making the arrow, the sharpness of the arrow, and that's why I just could not focus at who is passing by. I'm very, very sorry. So we should also see that what is distracting me. Am I getting distracted too easily? Like when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, often we get distracted by the witch known as the mobile phone so easily. But while chanting Hare Krishna, we should have a focus, just like the arrow maker, a resolute focus, that nothing should be able to shake me from my focus. In case my focus is getting lost very easily, well, I'm not having sufficient attachment. Once there was one lady, she was searching for her lover, and there was one Brahmana who was reading Bhagavad Gita, and somehow she hit that Brahmana, and then she moved ahead. And the Brahmana said, what kind of lady is this? She hit me? She's like, excuse me, don't you have eyes? I was reading Bhagavad Gita and you hit me. And she said, I'm very, very sorry, sir. I didn't realize that you were sitting here and reading Bhagavad Gita. I hit you. I'm very, very sorry. He said, no, you deserve a curse. I was reading Bhagavad Gita. She said, okay, you may curse me, sir. But one question to you. While searching for my lover, I was so lost that I did not realize that I hit you. But while reading Bhagavad Gita, you are not so much absorbed that I just hit you and you are becoming so angry. Ideally, you should have continued reading Bhagavad Gita, even somebody hits you. But who is more absorbed? Me in my lover or you in your Bhagavad Gita? Brahmana said, thank you very much for teaching me a very good lesson. Thank you. But yes, we should have that kind of resolute focus. Very, very important. All kind of distractions should be kept away, especially mobile phone. This number one distraction nowadays, especially for devotees, I would say, number one distraction. So we should have parental app so that you can't open YouTube, you can't open anything which is distracting. No. Like in my app, in my phone, there is a parental control app known as Freedom. So it's just like there is YouTube. If I open YouTube, it gets closed on its own. I can't open. Okay, if I go to Instagram, then Instagram, but then it gets closed on its own. Oh, so sad. Okay, let me open Chrome then. Chrome open, but it got closed. Oh, so sad. I can't get myself distracted now. Oh, but we have to have this kind of app. YouTube can't be opened. Instagram can't be opened. Chrome can't be opened. Yes. But in this way, we are facilitating our focus. So one should have focus as like that of an arrow maker. Then also there is Purnana, which is spider. So spider creates the web and then it eats the web. Similarly, Lord manifests the creation and then he withdraws the creation. Yes. So if this act can be done by a spider, why not the Supreme Lord himself? That's why there are scientists, they made out, how can there be Mahavishnu who exhales and there are universes and then he inhales all the universes? How is it possible? So this is done by spider. When spider can do it, why can't God do it? Of course, the scale is way too high. But this quality of manifesting something and unmanifesting is there even in the spider. Yeah. And then there is Shuka or caterpillar. So caterpillar transforms with difficulties as the caterpillar struggles to come out. But by that struggle, all the nerves, they get blood. In this way, all the nerves of the wing of the butterfly, it gets strength. Similarly, through all the struggles which we go through, they make us strong. So struggles are not there to make us weak. The struggles are there to make us strong. So that's why transformation happens. Yeah. And also we see that or say wasp. Any insect which is in the captivity of wasp, but just by looking at the wasp, the bee transforms into wasp. Why? Because of constant meditation. So similarly, when we constantly look at Krishna, have darshan of Krishna, we also become divine like Krishna. Not that we become Krishna, no. But we can also become divine like Krishna. So Sachidananda Vigraha, we also have spiritual body. Yes. So that's how it happens. And then also there is Atman, which is the real self. The soul, the super soul is there, as well as soul are there. So two birds on the branch of the heart. So one is eating the fruits of Sukha and Dukkha, good happiness and sadness. And there is also the Lord who is watching us. Yes. But we see that the super soul is doing everything. When we read something, when we hear something, the comprehension comes because of the super soul. Yes. In fact, when we are really sad, when we are really morose, and then we go to sleep, when we get up, then we are fresh. How come this repair happened after taking a sleep? Because when we are having deep sleep, no dreams, deep sleep, at that time repair is happening because of super soul. Yes. When we are having dreams, we are not in touch with gross body, but we are in touch with subtle body. But when there is no dream, blank, at that time, we are in touch with super soul. And super soul repairs the soul. Oh, my dear soul, you got so many wounds. Oh. Okay. Bless you. And then we get up. Oh, yeah, I had such a nice sleep, feeling so refreshed. But who refreshes us? The Supreme Lord. The cognition comes from the Supreme Lord. So all witness is there. He's there in everyone's heart. Super soul, Krishna. So these are the 24 Shiksha Gurus which are there. So I discuss them in brief. So there is earth, air, sky, water, fire, moon, sun, pigeon, python, ocean, honeybee, honey collector, elephant, deer, fish, courtesan or prostitute, and then a skurura bird, child, kanya, arrow maker, and there is sarpa, spider, and then caterpillar and the self. Okay, so I'll stop here. Maybe I can take few questions, couple of questions, and then we stop. Okay.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Jai Brasundar Prabhu ji ki
Please
jai.
accept my most humble obeisances.
Humble obeisance to you as well, Master.
Hare Prabhu. So, Prabhu, both of us, we started this marathon together a few years back.
Yes.
It's still going on, you remember?
Yes,
Both of
absolutely.
us in
My good fortune.
Bhagavad Mahavidyalaya, we started this together. And
Yes.
this journey is still continuing. Thank you so much for taking out time for this session. And tomorrow's will be the last session. We are very honored to have you. So there are few questions. Probably we have less time with us, but let's try to take as much as we can.
Okay.
So you mentioned you cleared about the 24 gurus. But my question is, when we are under a counselor for a long time, we see him serving so much nicely, and we start calling him Shiksha Guru. So what's the difference between both of this, and who can be Shiksha Guru?
Okay. So here, of course, these are 24 Shiksha Gurus. But in bhajan, we need some deeper, more realized Shiksha Gurus. And Shiksha Guru also should not be taken very cheaply. Shiksha Gurus are also spiritually very exalted people. Sometimes when we hear just couple of discourses from someone and say, oh, Prabhuji is my Shiksha Guru. That person can be Shravan Guru. That means you listen from someone, maybe from YouTube or so. That person can be Shravan Guru. But there is Shiksha Guru who is also spiritually very advanced. And in case Shiksha Guru is very possessive of the devotee, that hey, how dare you listen to somebody else? I am your everything. Sarv dharman paritejya mam ekam sharanam raja. That's not a Shiksha Guru actually. Shiksha Guru is very happy to see when you associate with any another spiritually advanced devotee, he should be happy. So in case Shiksha Guru is becoming miserable or sad, that person is not Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru should also be facilitating the spiritual growth. He should be attached to spiritual growth of the devotee, not the devotee himself or herself. So Shiksha Guru should also not be used very cheaply. Just like Diksha Guru is worshipable, similarly Shiksha Guru is also worshipable. Diksha Guru is representative of Radha Madan Mohan ji. Shiksha Guru is also representative of Radha Govind ji. So Shiksha Guru is also a very exalted person. So one may have mentor, philosophers, guides, or maybe Shravan Gurus. They are there. But Shiksha Guru is someone who is more closely monitoring us, and then day-to-day doubt clarification is happening from Shiksha Guru. So Shiksha Guru is very exalted position. Yes. And we need multiple Shiksha Gurus. Sometimes some Shiksha Guru may be very good in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Some Shiksha Guru may be very good in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Some Shiksha Guru is very good in preaching. Somebody is very good in Vaishnava etiquettes. So one can have multiple Shiksha Gurus, but all of them, they help us develop our faith in our Diksha Guru. In case they are distracting us from our faith in Diksha Guru, then that person can be respected, but not that person can't be Shiksha Guru. Yes.
Prabhuji, while studying Srimad Bhagavatam, if we have any queries, can we take help of ChatGPT, Prabhu?
See, ChatGPT sometimes gives very generic answers. So that's why one should not rely exclusively on ChatGPT, although ChatGPT gives sometimes very good answers. But ChatGPT becomes your Shiksha Guru. Well, that should not happen. That's something outsiders they do. They take some kind of counseling from ChatGPT or from Gemini, Claude AI. But ChatGPT can be used maybe for references. Sometimes even references are wrong in ChatGPT. But for some generic idea, ChatGPT can be used, but it can't replace Shiksha Guru. Yes, for sure.
How can I become 100% surrendered to the Lord Krishna even while living in a student's life?
In student life, firstly, since you are a student, you complete your academics nicely, and then afterwards you take it very seriously, and you use this knowledge in Krishna service. Say, for example, you are a chartered accountant. You can offer your auditing services in the temple. In case you are having some technical skills, you can design nice software for Krishna, or make nice PowerPoint slides for Krishna, do nice video editing for Krishna. So there are multiple kinds of services which you can do. So whatever you are doing, do it nicely so that one day you can use it for Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I got extremely addicted to mobile, mainly during evening after returning from office, even though my whole day went very productive in service of devotees. Severity is that minimum 3 hours of time with mobile every single day. Not able to give up. Please help, Prabhuji.
So I got this app known as Freedom. So you can also download this app, Freedom. And this is a very good app, only 999 rupees a year. And then you have freedom to read, you have freedom to chant, you have freedom to do so many nice activities. But yes, this Freedom app will give you a lot of freedom to do what you are actually wanting to do. That's why I demonstrate also. You click on YouTube, it closes. If anybody sends me a YouTube link, I can't open it on my phone. I can't do that. But that's good for me. So that's why get freedom by having the app Freedom. There's also one more app, Block It. So in case you want to open that which you have blocked, it charges you 200 rupees. And then you say, okay, bhai block hi rahe yaar, 200 rupees dene padenge. So in this way, there are some apps which give you some kind of freedom. So you can use them as well. Yeah.
One question regarding prasadam. Probably you have discussed many things about it. So I'm prolonging my visit to my elder sister and her in-laws because they cook meat. Me and my wife are initiated and postponing our visit and stay at their place. How to manage prasad when we are visiting in this situation in future? Can we use their kitchen for offering?
No. In such a case, actually, maybe there can be a one-day visit. Just take some fruits at the max just to honor. Otherwise, we should avoid such relationships also. We can be very cozy, very warm and respectful when we meet, but one should not be having very long-lasting relationship with such relatives. Visiting them, eating at their place, no, that's not good for our bhajan. Although maybe once in a while, in case you are to go, we can take something like a salad, some fruit, maybe at the max some curd rice. That's it. And then you avoid, you give excuses. After some time, they also realize that these people are not comfortable coming to our place. They also leave you. That's very good.
My question is that what if there is so much engagement in the morning services, like deity worship or dressing, and not able to finish our rounds in the morning. So can we do it in the evening?
Yes, yes, you can do it later also. Because I know in the morning we have to prepare tiffin for husband, for children, so many things to be done in the morning. Then maybe in afternoon you can do. Children are in school, husband is in office. So you chant your rounds. Take some little rest also after doing so much of hardcore and hard working activities at home. And then you take some rest and then chant and then read. And then before they come again, you gear up for services. That's
Probably
okay.
also because there is this, if probably someone is in temple and is doing deity worship.
Deity worship also, yes. In the morning, many pujaris, when they do deity worship, they are not able to chant their rounds. So later on, they do their rounds. Yes, very true.
So, Prabhuji, whenever there is some negative thoughts stuck in mind, I am able to detach from it. But even though I know it's not right, I might fall into this. Please guide on how to detach from the negative thoughts all the time.
Okay, in case negative thoughts are coming and they are boggling you again and again, write them down and then write what all lessons you learned from this particular episode. Write it down and pay gratitude to all those who brought this negativity. Because through that negativity, you are also testing yourself. What is your status of your bhajan? Secondly, what are lessons which we are learning? And then lastly, offer prayers to the Supreme Lord to bless all those who brought the negativity. In this way, you'll be liberated. More we think negatively about the negative person, negativity goes inside even deeper. So write it down.
Journaling. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this.
Journaling, yes.
Bhakti Swami Maharaj also used to encourage journaling.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I used to be a very, very spiritual year ago and religiously attend Mangal Aarti. At least tried my best every day. Lately, I don't feel so connected to my Lord. I feel guilty, but I don't know how to naturally connect with Lord Krishna once again. I get so busy with my college and part-time job. My mind is always a mess, but I don't make time for that as well.
Only one thing is missing, sadhu sangha. Just increase sadhu sangha. Everything will be taken care of. Just increase sadhu sangha. Satsang is not happening in your life. You are too distant from devotees.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. There is a last question, probably just came.
Yes.
Okay. If you are virtually in touch with the Shiksha Gurus because of distance, how can we know they have accepted us?
Say in case you are sending some questions, they are answering you, they are clearing your doubt. And that's why the function of Shiksha Guru is happening. So that's why you need not, somebody say, okay, going forward, I will serve you as Shiksha Guru. And then you say, oh, thank you. So this kind of activity may not happen, this formality may not happen. But in case the exchanges which actually happen between a teacher and a student, that is happening, that's good. In case if it is happening virtually, say through Zoom meeting, or say through even a call on WhatsApp, that's good. That's nice.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the 24 Gurus. I specifically chose this topic for you so that you will relish it. Thank you so much for your association. And I want to sincerely thank you for all your glorious service you have been rendering the last few decades to the Society of the Vaishnavas selflessly, tirelessly. And I know you get threatened by so many people from the outside people. And you have taken up this challenge of spreading the culture of Bhagavad Dharma. You're a soldier of Bhagavad Dharma. And I sincerely pray that by the mercy of Srila Gurudev and Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, may you receive lots and lots of empowerment to continue this spreading the culture of Bhagavad Dharma all over the globe. And may you have a healthy life, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
And also have Association of Braj Sundar Prabhuji again and again.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Vasant ki jai, Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna.